The year is 2924. Earth looks much different than it did many hundreds of years ago. Skyscrapers reach new heights, planetary travel has become a common weekend vacation, and the world is finally at peace. A historian at the ancient Oxford University has just made a discovery dating back over 9 centuries. It seems to be some type of primordial storage device. At this time, the only 2 things known about the device is that it comes from the West and it is in fact digital. A group of top scientists from across the world are brought in to attempt a reconstruction of a cable that can connect to the artifact. After 3 grueling months of trial and error, the cable is complete. They're not sure if it'll work, but it's the only shot they have. They plug the reconstructed ancient cable into the antiquity while simultaneously connecting the other end into their Neuralink 7000. The petrified brick begins to boot up. "Is this actually working?" asks one of the scientists. "Yes, I think it actually is," the elated historian replies. The device displays a file icon labeled memes. The curious historian double-clicks on the file and an image immediately appears. What the fuck? Memes. You know them, I know them, your cat knows them, and your grandma knows them. Over the past couple of decades, memes have evolved into the cornerstone of internet culture. Without them, well, I don't know if we'd be here right now. Well, yeah, you definitely wouldn't be here because the title of this video would have made no sense. But what makes these little jokers so important? Well, nothing is off limits for a meme. Memes can take many forms, from images, to sounds, to music, to videos, and of course, GIFs or GIFs. They can cover a wide variety of topics, including political commentary, economics, social movements, finance, religion, and really any culturally significant moment.
Double rainbow, oh my god.
Most of the time providing context to these topics better than written or spoken language even can. But where did they come from? Who made the first one? Why is it called a meme? Well, today is your lucky day because all of those questions that I am confidently assuming that you're asking will be answered. So grab your nearest device, open up another app, and mildly distract yourself with another piece of content while watching this video. Now let's start where all great stories do. 1976. A British evolutionary biologist named Richard Dawkins first coined the term meme in his book titled The Selfish Gene. The word was actually derived from the Greek mimema, meaning that which is imitated, and then combined with the word gene, creating meme, or social gene. This is not a joke, by the way. You can look this up. This is real history. But just because the term meme was invented in 1976, along with the Big Gulp from 7-Eleven, a lot of innovation happening that year, doesn't mean that memes didn't exist before this time. So we're gonna have to go even further back to, you guessed it, 1921. This was the first meme. Now, it is debated whether or not this was the first meme. There are examples of memes predating this one, but we're gonna go ahead and say this was the first more modern meme. This meme was found in a satirical magazine called The Judge that was published by the University of Iowa. But before you think the meme was invented in Iowa, the comic was actually credited to a different magazine called the Wisconsin Octopus. You can't make this stuff up, which was published at the University of Wisconsin in 1919, the same year the pop-up toaster was invented, and only 6 years after the Titanic sank. That is not relevant information to this story, but there you go. So now we know that memes have technically existed for over 100 years, but the current memes that we're familiar with today didn't really start progressing until the invention of the
internets.
In 1993, Mike Godwin coined the term internet meme when these funny little images began appearing via message boards, Usenet groups, and email. Now, surprisingly, a lot of these memes from the mid to late 90s are still very much alive today, including the dancing baby, the screen of death, and even hooked on a feeling. Oh, and LOL, just to name a few. When doing this research on the history or evolution of memes, because yes, that is what I do in my spare time, I was shocked to see how some of these memes have become so integral to our culture today. I mean, really transcending the internet to become staples of everyday life. I mean, hooked on a feeling would never have been used in the opening of a blockbuster movie if it wasn't for its memification in the 90s. But how did we get from here to here?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, happy 2000!
While all the bankers and power plant companies worked to make sure their computer systems interpreted 00 correctly, memes began to enter what has been coined as the Bronze Age. By myself, I just made that up. Now, this era holds a very special place in my heart. This is the decade that I grew up in. So as dated as a lot of these memes are, they can't be ignored for building the infrastructure of our internet culture today. But why did memes see such an explosion during this decade? Well, social media, of course. You knew that. With the emergence of cool new websites where you could share media with random people across the world, memes started to spread like wildfire. And speaking of cool websites, this video is sponsored by nobody. I don't have a sponsor. Some of these new websites included Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Newgrounds, Reddit, and I feel like I'm forgetting one. YouTube. It's YouTube. I can't remember. Hi, this is Editing Ben here. So I actually did forget a website. It was iFunny. I have no idea why I left this off when I was recording the video. But yeah, didn't want to forget about iFunny. It was great. I used it every single day, and it gave us a lot of great memes. Okay, thanks. Back to the video. So this was the time when memes really started to kick off. And I mean, there are so many classics from this decade. Like Bad Luck Brian, Nyan Cat, Harry Potter Puppet Pals, Charlie the Unicorn, Charlie Bit My Finger, Chocolate Rain. And now I'm just naming a bunch of YouTube videos, but you get the point. Also, does anyone else remember Rather Good? Actually, I didn't even know this was the name of the website until like 5 minutes ago when doing research for this video. But I remember sitting down with my mom at our family computer, and she would let me watch some of these videos, but she had to screen them before I watched them because I was 5 years old and some of them were a little inappropriate, but yeah, just curious if anyone else remembers this. However, in the mid-2010s, we started to see a shift in meme format. Memes started to become much more surreal and really moved away from the bottom text, top text format. This opened up a new interpretation of what a meme was. If you saw one that you just didn't get, you couldn't figure it out, well, you felt pretty left out. Why doesn't this make any sense? Well, that's kind of the whole point. If you can't relate to this, well, sorry, but the evolution of memes is moving on without you.
Oh, I've been married a long time ago. Where do you come from? What year to go? What do you come from? Bacalado.
But now we've entered a new era, the modern era, the golden age of memes. But why have memes gotten so good? Well, with the majority of memes on the internet today, we discovered them through a few different websites. I'd say the top 4 today are Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Reddit. One thing that all of these apps have in common is an algorithm that pushes out content to you based on what resonates most. So memes seem so superior today because we're only seeing the memes that the algorithm knows we're gonna love. Believe it or not, but old 2000 meme formats do still exist on websites like Facebook, because that format still resonates with the majority of Facebook users. That's the type of content that they like. My uncle Jeff told me. He's so cool. So now that we've covered the history and evolution of memes, let's dive a little bit deeper and understand what makes a meme so good. Well, a meme is much more than just a little joke. You know how I said earlier that a meme is usually a video, image, or GIF? Well, I kind of lied. Sorry. A meme can technically be anything. It can be a person, a style, a fact, even an unspoken idea. As long as that thing can be circulated and gain social traction, then it is in fact a meme. But the social traction aspect doesn't even have to be large. You and your sibling can meme the old guy that lives down the street. He's wrinkly, he smells like onions, his name is Mr. Gibson, but you and your sibling call him Onion Man. He's a meme, because that idea or joke of calling him the Onion Man is shared between more than one person. Memes can also be seen as a type of coping mechanism. According to research during the COVID-19 pandemic, in general, nervous or anxious people online regarded memes centered around COVID to be a lot funnier and more shareable than others. Those that saw memes with pandemic-related captions reported lower levels of COVID stress. The study also found that people who saw the COVID memes were more inspired to think thoroughly about the topic they had just seen in the meme, which then improved their ability to cope with the pandemic and the information surrounding COVID at the time. So with science-backed data, we know that memes are much more powerful than yielding just a quick little laugh. Memes actually have the power to change and manipulate an entire population's perspective on a given topic. I know you think you know what I'm about to talk about, but I'm not. I'm staying away from 4chan and politics in this one. So my example is
AirPods.
AirPods were released on September 7th of 2016. And about 2 years later, all across the internet, people started to see hundreds of AirPod memes. One Redditor found that these memes were released within 2 weeks of each other, leading to a theory that Apple hired a marketing agency to generate AirPod memes to push the product into a larger cultural conversation, thus leading to an increase in sales. And around this same time, the Netflix show Bird Box had an uptick in memes too, leading to a ton of people on social media talking about the film when it is in fact a very bad movie. Now, my personal theory about these two examples is they started to get memed because they were memeable. There was no marketing agency or company behind pushing out Bird Box and AirPods. They just became relevant because they were so shareable. You can put your own thoughts and theories in the comments about this, but I think these are just examples of a product and piece of media that entered into the cultural conversation and became more prevalent than other current trends. There's no one person or group of people calling the shots here. It's a direct result of how the larger population responds to something new. I mean, think about how prevalent Apple Vision Pro memes are right now. It's a new product released by a huge tech company that stands out from their other products. Of course it's going to get memed when it's first released. So now that we've dug a little bit deeper into the power of a meme, let's look at the 3 key characteristics that make a meme great. First, and arguably most important, is its imitation factor. What does this mean? Well, this means that the original format of the meme can be replicated and spread into different ideas and niches that are relatable. For example, this butterfly anime meme. You can just about switch out the text here with anything to make it appeal to a very specific or very wide audience. And it can cover any topic. This is the reason that this meme is still so well known today. As a society, this one resonated with everyone and lasted a pretty long time compared to most. I mean, this clip first surfaced in 2011. But when the original caption was replaced and repurposed in 2018 on Twitter, that's when it really took off, showing that the alteration of the image is what sparked its rise. The second key characteristic of a great meme is its cultural relevance. As we covered, the meme has become a new and very significant tool for spreading ideas. They tend to echo the collective experiences, values, and concerns that often reflect the current zeitgeist of the modern age. For example, a meme that I'm seeing a lot of right now on social media is the critique of car-focused city planning in America.
One more lane will always fix traffic. I hate walkable cities and we should not have them. America is the best place to buy a car.
And these really do speak to a big question that a lot of younger people are asking themselves. Why is the modern American city built for cars and not people? It didn't have to be this way. Memes like this can relate to an entire generation and change the way we see the society that we're currently living in, and can ultimately lead to real-world progress. And all of this can be achieved while still being pretty funny.
I love car-centric infrastructure. The Industrial Revolution and its consequences have been good for my 401k.
And now it's time for our third and final key characteristic of a great meme. And this one, I like to call the secret sauce. Memes serve as a reflection of our collective consciousness. They provide a sense of community and belonging in the vast expanse of the internet. Sharing memes allows us to connect with others who share similar interests and humor. Additionally, memes serve as a form of self-reflection and creativity. Anyone can create or share a meme regardless of their artistic talent or technical skills. They've become a language itself. They can convey feelings and thoughts that are complicated to explain over a text or in person. So the secret sauce can be summed up as how much a meme relates to you and the people that you share it with. They aren't just fleeting bits of internet humor. They're cultural artifacts that reflect our society's values, fears, and aspirations. Memes have the power to shape public discourse and influence the way we see the world around us. So the next time you share a meme or chuckle at a clever caption, take a moment to consider the deeper meaning behind it.
Meme, what do you mean? You started as a comic strip, but now we know you're much more equipped. Meme, what do you mean? From sandcastles to Nyan Cat, the more you grow, the more we ask. Meme, what do you mean? You show us the path to change the world. I DM you to flirt with my girl. Meme, what do you mean? Oh, fool me once, shame on on me or fool me twice.
Can't get fooled again.